Hey podcaster, have you ever felt like your voice doesn't matter? Like no one's really listening? Trust me, you're not alone. Today we're addressing one of the biggest struggles every podcaster faces at some point in time. The fear that our story, that our message, that our beliefs, that our understandings, that our gifts are just not enough, and that all of our efforts are in vain. But what if I told you that your story does matter? And that you can make a difference, no matter how small your audience may be right now. Well, today is a bonus episode. We're going to use EFT Tapping, a powerful technique to transform those feelings of self-doubt and unworthiness into confidence and belief in your own voice. By the end of this episode, you'll feel empowered knowing that every single download can create a ripple that turns into a tsunami of positive change. So if you're ready to overcome this fear of being unheard and step into your full potential as a podcaster, stay tuned because your story is enough and together we're going to prove it. Are you ready to get started? And this is also something that you can come back to. If you continue to struggle with this, you can use this over and over again, whether it's on repeat daily or just when these feelings come up. I suggest you come back and let's work through this because your story is enough. Your story is someone's life raft and your podcast can get you there. So are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to Beyond the Downloads. I'm Jen, your podcast bestie, here to tell you there's so much more about podcasting than just those numbers. So before you throw in the towel, you better listen up. We're diving deep into the heart of what makes podcasting truly special, from storytelling to connection, and yes, even healing. Think of me as your podcast life raft, ready to help you navigate those choppy waters of this podcasting world and the podcast overwhelm. From understanding the therapeutic power of sharing your voice to the practical tips to grow your show without losing your ever-loving mind. If you're ready to ditch the hustle and create content that leaves a legacy, a tsunami impact, no more ripples. Whether you're launching your first show or looking to take your podcast to the next level, I'm here to help you grow, launch, and yes, make some money from your passion. Let's make your podcasting dreams your reality. It's time to go beyond the downloads, where your story becomes a legacy. I know, are you so excited that Beyond the Downloads is bringing this? So again, come back to this when you need, use it over and over again because your story really can make a difference. Now, if you're new to EFT tapping, there are some points that you want to know about. The karate chop point is on the outside of your hand, kind of at the bottom of your pinky. And it's tapping on the outside. So when I say karate chop point, that's on the outside of your hand, again, below your pinky. Eyebrow point is right kind of like in the middle to the closer side to your nose of your eyebrow. Side of eye is obviously right next to the side of your eye. Under your eye, then we go under your nose, your chin, your collarbone. You can do this on one side or both. Then we go to your underarm, which is kind of like in your armpit, but a little bit lower, and then top of head. And those are the different points. And I will be calling out these points as we go through this. But what I really want you to do is I want you to sit with this feeling. And on a rating of 1 to 5, how much do you feel like your story doesn't matter? How much are you feeling this I'm unworthy? How much are you feeling this I should just give up because no one's going to listen, or maybe no one is listening right now because your podcast just isn't growing? I want you to sit with this and take a deep breath and feel into this. Do you feel this way a little bit, a lot? If it's a lot, I want you to give it a 5. If you're kind of in the middle of like some days you're like gung-ho and other days you're like, forget this. I want you to rate it based on an average or how you're feeling right now. So are you ready? I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe out. And think about that number, whether you've given it a 1 or a 5, that you're not worthy, that your story doesn't matter. And I want you to start tapping on that karate chop point. Again, this is on the outside of your hand, below your pinky, kind of in that like little chubby area on the outside. And I want you to start tapping that point. And I want you to either in your head or out loud while we're tapping, I want you to say these things out loud. Take a deep breath in. Even though I feel like no one will listen to my podcast, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I believe no one will pay attention to what I have to say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I think my story doesn't matter and that I'm failing, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep breath in. Giving up. Now take a deep breath. We're going to go a little deeper into those beliefs. Eyebrow. I doubt anyone will care. Side of eye. My voice feels so insignificant. Under eye. My efforts seem pointless. Under nose. I feel ignored and overlooked. Chin. This fear of failure is so overwhelming. Collarbone. I don't feel confident. Underarm. I feel so inadequate, especially when I look around online at other people doing what I'm doing. Top of head. I worry about wasting my time. Deep breath in. I want you to validate your emotions now and repeat as we tap through these areas. Eyebrow point. It's okay to feel this way. Side of eye. These feelings are real. Under eye. I acknowledge these doubts and fears. Under nose. I recognize my fears. Chin. It's okay to feel unworthy sometimes. Collarbone. I validate my emotions. Underarm. I understand my struggle. Top of head. I honor these feelings. Take a deep breath in. How does it feel to honor these feelings? Now I want you to start questioning where these doubts and these beliefs come from. Eyebrow. What if I'm wrong about this? Side of eye. What if my story does matter? Under eye. Maybe someone will listen. Under nose. My voice have value? Does it? Chin. I wonder if my podcast can make a difference. Collarbone. Maybe it's worth the effort. Underarm. I am open to the possibility of being heard. Top of head. I am starting to doubt my own doubts. Take a deep breath in. Check in with your body. Maybe wiggle around a little bit. Now we're going to start thinking about some positive outcomes. Eyebrow point. What if my story can help someone? Side of eye. What if people actually do care? Under eye. Maybe my podcast will resonate with others. Under nose. I could inspire someone. Chin. My voice might actually make an impact. Collarbone. I can contribute meaningfully. Underarm. I am open to success. Top of head. I am curious about what positive outcomes could come. Take a deep breath in. Eyebrow. My story is enough. Side of eye. I am worthy. Under eye. I can do this. Under nose. My voice matters. Chin. I'm starting to believe in myself. Collarbone. My efforts are valuable. Underarm. I am making a difference. Top of head. I am taking action to change my life. Deep breath in. Kind of wiggle around a little bit. Eyebrow point. My story will change lives. Side of eye. I am worthy of being heard. Under eye. My podcast can transform lives. Under nose. I am making a positive impact. Chin. Even small downloads can reap big rewards. Collarbone. I am creating abundance. Underarm. I am worthy and enough. Top of head. I believe in my podcast and myself. Deep breath in. Eyebrow point. I have the strength to continue. Side of eye. I trust my journey. Under eye. My voice is powerful. Under nose. I am capable of success. Chin. I have valuable insights to share with the world. Collarbone, my podcast is meaningful. Underarm, I am resilient. Top of head, I am growing and evolving into something beautiful. Deep breath in. Eyebrow point, I am connected to my purpose. Side of eye, I am passionate about my message. Under eye, I am aligned with my goals. Under nose, my story has a purpose. Chin, I am dedicated to making a difference. Collarbone, I am committed to my podcast. Underarm, I am driven by my passions. Top of head, I am focused on my impact and how I can change the world. Deep breath in. I want you to start visualizing that success as you blow out this breath. Wiggle those shoulders around. Start bringing in this visualization of success. Eyebrow point, I see my podcast reaching people. Side of eye, I visualize my success. Under eye, I imagine all the positive feedback I'm going to get. Under nose, I feel the impact of my words. Chin, I see my audience growing with aligned people that I can really serve. Collarbone, I picture my success. Underarm, I embrace all of my achievements and my wins, no matter how big or small. Top of head, I'm manifesting my goals with ease. Deep breath in. Eyebrow point, I am so grateful for this journey. Side of eye, I appreciate this process as it is giving me more to share with others. Under eye, I am thankful for my listeners, even if there's only a few of them. Under nose, I cherish each experience. Chin, I am grateful for my growth. Collarbone, I appreciate my effort and know that it will pay off. Underarm, I am thankful for my courage. Top of head, I am grateful for my impact and the impact I am about on the world. Deep breath in. Now I want you to get empowered and ready to take action. Eyebrow point, I am taking these steps to improve my podcast. Side of eye, I am confident in my story. Under eye, I am worthy of success. Under nose, I am capable of making a big difference in this world. I'm too magical to just be a ripple. It's time to unleash my tsunami. Chin, I am attracting listeners who need my message, who can benefit from everything I share. Collarbone, I am open to new opportunities. Underarm, I am transforming lives with my podcast, my story, my message, and my gifts. Top of head, I am worthy, I am enough, and I am making the change. Deep breath in. Keep tapping on that top of head. I want you to say that one more time with confidence. I am worthy, I am enough, and I am making the change. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to go back to that karate chop point on the side of your hand. And I want you to say this out loud. Even though I had doubts and fears, I choose to believe in myself and my story. I am worthy, and my podcast is making a difference. Deep breath. Even though I had doubts and fears, I choose to believe in myself and my story. I am worthy, and my podcast is making a difference in the world. Deep breath. Even though I had fears and doubts, I choose to believe in myself and my story. I am worthy, and my podcast is making a difference in the world. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to shake it out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. I want you to feel that last message. I am worthy, and my podcast is making a difference. I believe in myself and my story. How does it feel? Now I want you to think back to when we started and we rated from 1 to 5. Where are you at on that scale? Even if you were at a 5 and it brought you down to a 4.5, we're still moving in the right direction. We're still allowing ourselves to feel the feels. And I really want you to start thinking about how you can use this, how you can move forward with all of these things. And I want you to go forward and know that your podcast can make an impact. And here at Beyond the Downloads, we're going to start thinking about beyond the downloads. Because when we get so focused on those numbers, because they don't grow as fast as other platforms, because we don't see the impact. We forget about the things that matter, that impact we make. If you listen to some of the past episodes in here, you can see the impact. How people's stories do change lives, how lives have actually been saved. Don't give up, because you are so magical. You have so much to give. Let's not let the mindset bullshit get in the way of you showing up as your most magical self. So come back to this every time you feel that doubt sneak in. Come back to this when you feel like you just can't do another thing. And I am so incredibly excited for you to really take your podcast to the next level, or to finally launch that podcast that's been on your mind forever. Reach out if you need anything. Jen with 2 N's, JENN.Dragonette on Instagram, on Facebook. You can email me, jen@jdragonette.com. I am here for you. I want you to be successful. And if you want me to dig into your business for 45 minutes, go over to Podcast CPR and let's give your business and your podcast that breath of life again. Let's resuscitate it. Now go out and make today magical, because you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are wonderful. And your story, your voice, your message, and your podcast is going to make big impacts in the world, because again, you are too magical to be a ripple. So let's bust out that tsunami of change. Are you ready? Let's do it.